Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Sitting in the gazebo behind the main house, and just figured a little change of scenery might be nice. So, today's topic is called Make Another Choice. And this topic came up in conversation in the group. I get a lot of ideas from the discussions there. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, go to painfreeyougroup.com and check out the details. So, relax a second. All right. So, make another choice. There is a lot of power in our ability to choose different things, right? And generally, what I'll say is, if things are not working for you, make another choice. And that goes for everything. If your dietary choices are not working for you, make another choice. If your exercise or lack of exercise is not working for you, make another choice. If your romantic relationships are not working for you, make another choice. And as it relates to mind, body, pain, and symptoms, if the things you are doing to try to convey safety to your brain are not working for you, make another choice. And I did a video a while ago, and in my book I have, like the 11 mistakes that keep pain going. And if you're making those mistakes, I don't even like calling them mistakes, but they are things that are not as productive as other things are. And so notice what you're doing, and are you getting the results you're seeking? So, just did a video recently on complaining. If you're fearful, focused, responding to symptoms with panic, anxiety, worry, stories that say, I'm never getting better, make another choice. If you are vacillating between, well, maybe it's a mind-body thing, but, maybe I'm really broken. Maybe there was an injury. Maybe I'm physically damaged. Make another choice. And I talked about recently the big decision that I encourage you to make, which is accepting that what you're dealing with is a mind-body condition called TMS, tension myositis syndrome, or as I call it, perceived danger symptoms. It's a response by the brain perceiving danger. And so accepting that, and if you're vacillating between it, make another choice. Make a choice to disregard the medical side because you understand how this system works, and I hope you have already done the assessments to see how your symptoms are behaving. Are they behaving like your brain is creating symptoms? Or are they behaving like a structural problem? The assessments tell you that. Now, these assessments weren't out of the mind of Dan. Doctors who have been doing this stuff in their clinical mind-body practice for decades have come up with the criteria, and the assessment in my book is based on that criteria. And so, if your symptoms behave in a certain way, the way that's questioned in the assessments, then it is your brain creating symptoms, because physical causes just don't make sense if your symptoms behave a certain way. And so maybe I'll do a video at some point and kind of go through the assessment one question at a time, discuss it. But if you're still thinking it's a physical problem and you've done the assessments and it says it's perceived danger, then make another choice and say, I'm accepting that. And then just kind of view how you're navigating your day. Are the things you are doing creating safety or perpetuating the brain's feeling of danger? And if it's danger, make another choice. Sometimes the other choice is, well, what am I doing? It's not working. Let me do the opposite. Okay, well, if blaming yourself is not only not helping you get better from this perceived danger set of symptoms, but it's also making you feel bad about yourself, ashamed, angry with yourself, blaming yourself, make another choice. And sometimes the better choice is do the opposite. How about being nice to yourself? How about being kind to yourself? How about giving yourself credit for all the amazing things you have accomplished in life? Yeah, maybe you're struggling with this one. I get it. And it can be super frustrating to not be able to get better. Even though I know what it is, Dan, I don't understand why the pain is still here. Okay, it is frustrating. But I can assure you that that level of frustration, anger, rage at the symptoms is conveying one thing to the brain. Danger, right? And so make another choice. Okay. Accept where you are now. That does not mean you're quitting and resigning to a lifetime of symptoms, but accept where you are now, because fighting with it and making believe you don't hurt is not the answer. Teaching the brain that you don't need to hurt is the answer. So evaluate how you're navigating the day and make a different choice. You know, if you're spending the whole morning laying in bed because you're afraid to get up because of anxiety or symptoms, make another choice. Muster up a little bit of courage, bravery, and say, you know what? I don't feel great laying in bed. Laying in bed terrified is not very restful anyway, so I'm going to get up. That was a tip from the bed rest video recently. And so, super important. Notice your choices. And if they're not working out so well, make another choice. If you're not sure what choice to make, oftentimes look at the opposite. Well, what would the opposite of what I'm doing be? Oh, instead of responding to symptoms with panic, fear, doubt, worry, projecting a future full of doom and gloom, what would the opposite of that be? Reminding yourself that you know what's going on. It's the brain perceiving danger incorrectly. It's a false alarm. It's temporary. It's reversible. And that I can do this and I will do this because I'm in the right place and I'm learning. And if you've got some progress already, lean on that as your evidence that, well, if I can make a little bit of progress, then I can take this, all the way across the finish line. So make another choice. Evaluate how you are responding to symptoms. Notice the word respond instead of react. React is instantaneous. And when we have an ouch moment, we're going to say ouch. Pause, take a breath. It's what you do next. That is your response. That's where choice comes in. You can choose to allow the normal default panic and freak out to happen, or you can choose to go, time out, remind, I know what it is, and so I don't have to panic like usual. Make another choice, folks. Evaluate your choices. What things are you choosing now that don't seem to be providing the benefit you want? And make a different one. Make a different choice. Comment below. Let me know some of the choices you've been making and the new choice you will be making moving forward. So, love you folks, and as always, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.